Namaste, yogis. My name is Lisajang, and I am your Yinyogamuse, Yin Yoga teacher, practitioner, and Yin Yoga teacher trainer. Welcome to my channel. Today we'll be focusing on just 3 little areas in our body. Little areas could mean big, but for a lot of us, these areas are areas that hold a lot of tension, trigger points, so to speak. So for today's practice, you'll need a pair of massage balls. I use the Yoga Tune-Up Therapy Plus balls. I am a role model method practitioner. But you can also use 2 tennis balls. And then as well have a yoga strap or a belt and 2 blocks. So let's go, let's begin. We're gonna begin sitting down onto our yoga mat. You might need a blanket too, just a FYI. If the sensation is too strong, you can always blunt the sensations by placing a blanket or a towel on top of the massage ball. I'm gonna take my blanket and just unfold or fold it up for my head so I have something cushiony for the back of my head. And I'm going to set up my yoga strap. So if you have a yoga strap, hopefully it's a long one, grab your yoga strap, take the free end of the yoga strap as you're here, make it go through the 2 D-rings. Hopefully you can see this, 2 D-rings here. And I'm going to take it up, over, and through the D-rings. So I create this beautiful, taut, secure strap. And when you do the poses, a quick pro tip is to make sure the buckle is not anywhere on your body, meaning it's not behind you and you're feeling the buckles on your skin or any tissue of your body or bone. And you want to make sure the tail end of the strap is facing down towards you so that when you're laying down doing a supine pose, that you can pull the strap down as opposed to pulling it up, okay? So we're going to start off right away with our first Myo-Yin posture. And all of this can be done without the massage tools. I just like them for added sensation and release. With the Myofascial Release tools, I'm going to take one of the massage balls out of the tote. All you need is one. And this one is going to head right away in towards the glutes. So how I'm going to do this is it's not going to go into the highest part of your glute, but more towards the side of the glute. What I'm looking for is a little bit more of that glute med area, the hip stabilizers. So this is going to be a trigger point for a lot of us. I'm going to move the blocks to the side so you can see my face as I guide you through this journey today. So let's start off with the strap. Take your strap up and over your body. And the strap should be right underneath your underarms. So try to avoid having it in the lumbar as your hair can be really uncomfortable. Take it right underneath the underarms so that your back can be pressing down onto the fabric of the strap, so it pins it down so the strap doesn't move. It makes it more secure. We're heading to our first pose. I'm going to start off with legs up. So we're going to strap both feet into the strap as we're here. And just notice my strap here is facing down south. I'm going to give it a little tug and pull. I'm going to start off with opening meditation this way and then begin with the myofascial release, but taking a moment here just to ground in. Soften your knees. I'm not looking for, again, a big sensation. Just, this is opening meditation. In fact, you can take your legs up the wall if you're by a wall space and then come into the yin posture. But take a slow, deep inhale through your nose and a slow, deep exhale out through your mouth. Again, slow, deep inhale through your nose and slow, deep exhale through your mouth. Setting your intentions for this valuable time for yourself to downregulate, to be a journeyman in the tissues and the beautiful landscape of your body, and allowing yourselves to really enjoy the process of unfolding. Take a couple more cycles of breath, setting your intentions. If you have another intention for today, go ahead and set that right here, right now. Breathe your intention into your entire body, every cell, every corner of your body. And as you breathe out, offer it out into the universe. Gently start to open your eyes. Have a beautiful practice, everyone. Let's go ahead and release one foot off the strap. Release your left foot off the strap. From here, we're heading into half straddle and half butterfly. As you're here, you can stay in this pose. You can also take a block underneath your leg as you're here to help support you. And we're looking for a nice opening through the right inner thigh. As I do this, like I said, I'm adding some myofascial release. So that first initial area I showed you, that's where the ball is going to go. So I'm going to bridge the hips up, and I'm going to kind of shift my hips a little bit back. Hopefully you can see that, so I can get a little bit more of the medial glute there. I'm going to start the timer. As you're here, the left foot is on the ground, or you can have it straight. I prefer to have my left foot down towards the ground, so I have a little bit more leverage as I'm here. I can slowly teeter-totter from side to side, and this can discern how much compression you need into the massage tool while you're doing this pose. So you can pull back for a little bit less and a different angle. And if you lean in, and again, be curious about the landscape of the tissues in your body, as you lean in, you'll notice that it'll go maybe a little bit more deeper into, I almost feel like it's going into that side dimple of the side glute. And my foot actually is resting on the ground this way. If your foot is not resting down towards the ground, feel free again to use a block underneath your leg, or even rolled up blankets or a pillow if you have one. So taking a moment here to close your eyes and then breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Allowing there to be a surrender, allowing your shoulders, your neck to be long and free of tension. As you're here, let go of the need to press or to push too hard. But do allow yourself to investigate, to find different angles. So I'm shifting a little bit where I'm trying to kind of tilt my pelvis a little bit more back and up, so I start to get a different angle as I'm here. We're going to stay here for about 2 more cycles of breath. For today, I'm going to do the yin postures, the Myo-Yin postures, for about 2.5 minutes. Feel free to press pause on the video and stay in it for maybe a minute longer. But from here, take another slow deep in breath. And as you breathe out, gently start to bend your right leg so that you can safely come off the tool. Release that right foot from the strap. And take a moment here just to pause and just notice that bright sensations. The bright sensations shouldn't feel too bright, but it should feel more so bright and opening. So I even notice an opening through the inner right thigh, and as well as through the hip flexor here, and circulation through my right glute, which feels amazing. And I feel that rebound, that resonance. Now, for video purposes, as always, I'm going to go a little bit quicker, but I would encourage you to stay in resonance or rebound for another minute. We're heading to second side, and you can stay where you're at. I'm going to turn for the camera so you can see. Anyways, left foot in the strap, everyone, and then coming into your supine half straddle, half butterfly. Now, I love the Goldilocks principle, the way Bernie explains it. Of course, you guys know I'm from Vancouver, BC, and Bernie is my teacher, my guru. And I've also studied with Paul Grilly and the most amazing Joe Fee for our Myo-Yin, and Jill Miller for our Myofascial Release. And both Jill and um, and Joe Fee have really influenced my practice. So I'm coming to my half straddle, and I'm heading into that gluten med release as I'm here. And once again, I'm going to kind of lean in to see how much load I need. This side is a little bit, if you can see, it's a little less compliant, meaning my left leg is a little bit more restricted than my right. So I'm going to take a block underneath my left leg for that support. Now, as I said, Jill and I pay homage to Jill as well as Joe, Bernie, and Paul, but I also have to also give homage to my other teacher, and she's fantastic, Tiffany Cruikshank of Yoga Medicine. I studied with her in San Francisco when she was here years ago, and also studied with her back in Vancouver, BC, when she came to Sempre Viva Yoga. For those of you who know that yoga studio, it unfortunately closed down after the pandemic. But Gloria Latham, the owner, is still out teaching Kundalini and doing her programs. But let's take a moment here just to arrive once again. Notice this side. Again, I've noticed this side for me is less compliant. So I'm noticing this need for guarding in this pose. So I have to allow myself, as do you, if you notice that, just to let that go. So using the reservoir of your breath, your breathing, take a slow deep in breath and a slow deep out breath. And just notice that tension start to release. You've got about 3 more cycles of breath there. And when you're ready, and again, feel free to press pause, gently start to bend your left leg and take your time to release yourself out of the pose. I'm going to release the Myofascial Release tool and take a moment here, noticing that right and left side. Definitely noticing a difference in the hips and in the glutes and in the inner thighs too. Let's go ahead and roll towards the side and press ourselves all the way up. And from here, you're going to need the second massage tool. Now, this next one is going to be a little bit of myofascial release into the mid back area, into the trapezius area. You're going to need, as you're here, a block, and feel free to roll up a blanket and place it underneath you. And the two massage balls, I'm going to move the strap out from underneath me. And they're going to head right into this area here, right into the area right between your shoulder blades, and between the spine. So the spine of the scapula and the spine. So the channel between the balls is going to be for your spine. We're not going to press directly onto the bones of the spine. So from here, let's go ahead and land down for a moment. I'm going to take the balls behind me as I'm here, and I'm going to scooch myself a little bit down. So as I'm here, I'm going to kind of tempo in to see how much load I need. I like to have that blanket for being my head just to see if I need a little bit more support. And Make sure you guys can see me. And then as you're here, you can see if you need that block underneath you. Right now, I'm getting a nice amount of load in towards the upper back. Now from here, you can, as you're here, add more load by taking the block right underneath your pelvis and then kind of squirm around until you find that right spot, okay? So I'm a little bit higher than I showed you because just the way the angle of the block behind my pelvis and my body is, it needs to be angled a little bit higher up. So I'm feeling a nice release through the upper trap. Now from here, we're heading into knee in towards chest. So hold on to your right knee and then slowly extend your left leg forward to release through that left hip flexor. Now as you're here, you can rock yourself gently from side to side to create a little bit of that kind of that ping pong, I want to say, or loading on each side to release the right area of the shoulder and the left area of the inner shoulder blade. Now, if this is too much to have the knee in towards your chest, simply bring your right foot down towards the ground. And as you're here, you can just gently use your right leg to teeter-totter yourself from side to side. I actually personally like, instead, just as I'm here, just to hug myself and gently rock myself tenderly from side to side because the pressure is directly loaded in towards the upper trap. And I can really feel a little bit more release in towards the upper back while I'm releasing in towards that left hip flexor, that psoas area. Breathe in towards the upper back and slowly breathe out. Now we're going to stay here for about 30 more seconds. And this one is one of my class favorites. So typically I like to stay in this a little bit longer, but for video purposes, we are going to move on. Don't worry, it'll be on the second side, so you get to be on the massage tools longer. Again, feel free to stay longer in this pose if you want to include that left hip flexor release. But from here, take a moment to pause. And slowly start to rebend your left leg. And then take your time as you're here to slide your right leg out. Again, you might take this variation here with the left knee in towards chest. I'm starting my timer on side number 2. Now, if you want to take that knee in towards chest and you can't reach with your hands, simply grab your strap and take the strap around the knee and hold it in that way. Otherwise, you can always bring your left foot down. And again, notice I'm not doing a big side to side motion. I'm just tenderly leaning towards the right side and the left side. Once again, you can discern if you want to stay here or if you want a little bit less kind of holding or yang in the upper body. Just bring your left foot down. Relax your right leg. And again, you might take your right arm over your left or left arm over your right. I'm going to take my right arm because I did my left initially. I am left-handed. So I'm going to do the less dominant side. And again, I'm just going to tenderly rock myself from side to side. You have about 3 to 4 more cycles of breath, which is about 40 seconds.
Some of us take longer, deep breaths. Some of us take shorter breaths. See if you can take a longer exhalation. One more slow, deep in breath. And slow, deep out breath. Allow yourself to release the arms. If you have them wrapped around you, release your leg down. Slide your right foot back in, and gently, as you're here, start to press into your feet. Bridge the hips up so that you can clear the hips of the block and slowly bring your butt all the way down. Take your time to roll towards your side, taking a fetal position, pausing here for resonance for a minute. While you're pausing in resonance, I'm going to show you the next pose, and I'm going to face this other way here. So this other one, we're heading into half happy baby. And while I'm in half happy baby, again, you can stay with half happy baby pose. Or you can do the myofascial release. The balls are going to head more so, again, they're going to be stacked side by side underneath that right shoulder blade. And it's going to be more targeted towards the right side more than anything. So again, the right leg's going to be in half happy baby, and the balls are going to go right underneath the right scapula there. Left leg will be in half happy baby, and the balls are going to be on the left side. So let's take ourselves into the pose. Again, take that blanket from behind your head and then stack the balls. And from here, take it underneath your right scapula. It might be a little bit lower. And again, take your blanket and just roll it so that you have extra padding for your head as you're here. Your left side is going to lift up a little bit just because you're on the massage tools. That's the nature of the pose. And then from here, you can, as you're here, to stay with the legs, feet down towards the ground and kind of leaning more so like a windshield wiper. You can also come into like a half banana asana, which I teach a lot of in this one. But there's a different sensation when we head into half happy baby pose. So as you're here, I'm going to kind of lean more towards the side. I'm going to lean towards the side. And I'm going to take my right leg into half happy baby. Let me start my timer. If you can't reach for a foot, this is where you're going to use your strap. This is fine too. So half happy baby, block. You can discern if the block is going to go underneath towards the knee or a little bit closer towards the hip. And as you're here with this left leg, you can have it down towards the ground, which I enjoy, or you can have it straight, which I enjoy as well. But for today, I'm going to just have it more so posted down towards the ground and get a little bit more leverage. Now, I don't need this strap, but you might need to keep it there. And the difference between holding your foot outer edge and holding your foot, the inner arch of the foot, is notice as I'm here, we've got more of kind of like external rotation of the arm and internal rotation, but also proximity. So this hand outside the outer edge of my foot is further away. And then this hand inside the foot it's more proximal. So again, just discern what works for the length of your arm. Every body is different. Now I'm feeling a nice myofascial release in towards that bottom inner border of the shoulder blade. If it's too much, again, I want you to take that blanket on top or just get a kitchen towel and put that on top of the massage tools. Breathe in and breathe out. Soften your right shoulder. Soften your jaw. Play with the angle of your right leg. It could be a little bit more obtuse or acute, whatever works for you. We're going to take just about 2 more cycles of breath. For a lot of us, this is plenty of time. But for a lot of us, this is probably hitting maybe a beautiful spot that feels very nourishing and healing. So once again, I encourage you to stay, or we're going to head to the second side. So I'm going to just gently release this right leg down, lean towards the opposite side to release the massage tools. And from here, I'm just going to kind of come into this mini shavasana, noticing right side, left side. Definitely, I feel this, it's almost like if you imagine a egg timer, the sand trickling down the whole right side of my body. It feels amazing. So let's head to the second side. Again, I'm going to give you the options once again. I'm taking it in towards the inner border or the lower border of my left shoulder blade. And just notice here, I'm going to scooch my hips back. So I'm a little bit more side-lying as opposed to more supine. And that right side of the back is going to be off the ground. Again, you can take it into your windshield wiper, or you can do banana asana with the butterfly, half butterfly leg. And so that might be plenty for you. But from here, I'm heading to my half happy baby pose. So it might just kind of be a little bit of work to reach for this leg, because you guys know my left side is a little less compliant. I'm moving the block so it feels like it's in the right area. I'm playing around with the grip as I'm here. Leg can be straight or bent. And I'm going to kind of lean a little bit. I actually like my right leg into this more internal rotation. I can get into that right hip, the iliopsoas area, and the lateral part of the quadricep. So as you're here, taking a moment to breathe. Again, being that journeysman on your journey, noticing the landscape of tissue in your body, noticing if there's any unconscious guarding or unconscious efforting, and gently letting that go. You can even turn your head from side to side. A little bit of somatic movement. And once again, we have about 4 to 5 more cycles of breath. When you're ready, very gently and carefully start to release that leg. I like to engage my core. I'm going to roll away from the massage tools and kind of as I'm here taking a fetal position. Feeling all this wonderful circulation in my back body. Now, those are the 3 areas I did want to target today. Whenever you come out of the pose, come out slowly. Myofascial release, when you come out quick, you might get a little bit lightheaded. So really take your time to come out. This is where I leave you, and I would like to disclaim that you should take a shavasana after a beautiful practice like this, at least 5 minutes. Always as well, work with your primary care physician
Always listen to your body, and always know if your body is coming into a fight or flight or that sympathetic nervous system, then you've gone too far with the massage tools. The massage tools are meant to release tension in the body, and we're not looking to bruise the tissue. So always remember that you're not rolling on any bone, any bruised areas or cut areas of your body, of the tissues. And again, looking for those electrical sensations are those signs that you should avoid. But as always, thank you for tuning in to my channel. Press subscribe. Look for me on Instagram. I am the Yinyogamuse. And look for my upcoming teacher training at joyayoga.com. And always carry massage balls with you. All right, guys, have a beautiful day, and I will see you next time. Thanks for tuning in, and namaste.